is a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers, the program where you hear from the leaders important to you.
Thank you for joining us for Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Rob Young. Obviously, we're live on tape. We're at the Grand Wayne Center in downtown Fort Wayne. It's the first ever Orthopedic Design and Technology Conference happening right here in Northeast Indiana. Joining us for this interview segment is Martin Gold. Martin, you're the principal and founder of Technology Access Partners. And for those of us who really don't know your company, give us that 30-second backgrounder, if you would.
Thank you, Rob. Essentially, Technology Access Partners is a consulting firm. We help medical device manufacturers navigate through the Medicare and private payer regulations, really, that they have to deal with in order to launch new technology.
All right.
So we help them develop strategies and implement tactics.
Good. And you're a part of two of the educational sessions that we have here at the conference. We just pulled you out of the first one, and that's on something called gain sharing. For those of us not necessarily familiar with that aspect of the industry, what is that, and what's your position, and how do you advise your clients?
Gain sharing essentially is a program that is being developed by CMS, by Medicare,
okay,
in a way really to foster a more collaborative relationship between hospitals and doctors. The attempt now is to try and stem the expenses that are related to implantable devices, and they think that by using gain sharing, where hospitals and doctors are working together to reduce costs, and hence gain sharing, gaining some of those savings, and they share them, will somehow also really impact the overall cost of these procedures.
Okay.
My personal opinion is that gain sharing is a nice test. I think CMS is going to beta test a number of different programs. This is probably the second go-around for them with gain sharing.
Okay.
Ultimately, whether it succeeds really remains to be seen. I think the early results from the first 6 from last year were not overwhelmingly wonderful.
Okay.
The finances on it do not appear to be what they should have been.
The other educational session that you're a part of has to do with reimbursement, and we at least understand that word, but how does that again apply, especially to the suppliers and the OEMs that are highlighted at the conference here?
Reimbursement is more a catchphrase for the business or the economics of healthcare, and it really pertains to the way services and products are actually paid for and financed, whether it's coming from Medicare, whether it's coming from WellPoint or other private payers. The process of a provider, whether it's a hospital or doctor, buying a product and then giving it to a patient, the doctor or hospital then bills it back to the insurer, and then they're reimbursed for that purchase.
All right.
So ultimately what we're going to talk about over the next couple of hours is the aspect of reimbursement as it relates to orthopedics. How is that going to impact this industry over the next 3 to 5 years? And I think it's going to be fairly significant.
Good. We've got about 90 seconds left at this stage, Martin. Let's talk about this conference in general. We've talked about the 2 sessions that you're a particular part of. First ever ODT conference and expo held here in Northeast Indiana. What's your first impression of the effort here?
I think the facility is very good. I think it was well structured, well organized. Definitely we've come to a place where there is orthopedic companies present.
Right.
I've gotten the sense that this is really where the business happens.
Sure.
And it's great to see so many companies represented in the orthopedic industry.
45 seconds left. Let's talk about some of those companies. About 65 exhibitors on the floor. You've got others who are attending, kind of sticking their toe in the water, if you will, on this conference. What kind of feedback have you gotten so far, whether they're clients of yours or not?
In general, I think the companies are supportive of the conference. They realize that if you have large companies present, such as DePuy and Zimmer, that ultimately if they want to do business with those companies, they need to be at a place like this. They need to be involved in the conference.
Great.
So I think overall they feel the conference is very professional. They feel that companies are well represented. They've had an opportunity to meet and mingle and network.
Great. Martin, unfortunately we're out of time, but we appreciate you spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you. And thank you for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Rob Young.
The preceding was a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers. Now back to CNN Headline News.